Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. I'm walking down Liwang in Nanning City, and I come across Tay Tea. It's a business that sells tea. Tea is a big thing in China, and it's out of my comfort zone for sure. But Wei Feng's friend actually runs this tea shop, and you think that, well, you know, it's just tea, guys. Well, in China, it's more than tea. It's culture. It's heritage. It's a big money maker. This little shop here has made the lady that runs it super rich. And you're thinking tea. Wow, yeah, that's what I thought too to begin with. But I've changed my mind on tea. They say it has medicinal purposes. It's good for your soul. It's good for your body. Different types of tea do different things. And this lady, she goes to Hunan province when it's the harvest of tea. And I think she's leaving in January, February, and she spends till spring there, till April, May, and buys tea off of the farmers. She doesn't get it at wholesale places. She actually goes to the farms that grow the tea and buys the best of the best, and it's sought after all over Guangxi province. Yes, from this little tea shop here on a street in Nanning City. Go figure. Let's go inside and see what's going on. As I walk through the door, I notice a couple of girls over here, and you probably recognize the one. Yeah. Is that Wei Feng? It is. And the lady that runs the place, the big lady. You see that picture on the wall behind her? She used to go to art university here in China. She drew that picture up there. Go figure, eh? And you look at all of the teas that they've got around here, and the extra things. Like, here's a tea, 788 RMB for, I don't know how big it would be, but it's not very big. 8,888, 11,888 for tea. So 11,888, that's over $2,000 for a little puck of tea. Yeah, I know. There's stuff for the poor, the poor Gweilo like me, you know, 298 for 318, you know, 368. The prices vary, and it all depends on the type of tea, where the tea comes from, what it does for you, how good it is. And see, with me, I was over there drinking tea earlier with the girls, and they said, "Oh, isn't that good tea?" And I'm thinking to myself, I have no idea. If it was brand tea, well, maybe I'd be able to tell you whether it's good or not. But you know, look at the size of these little things, and it's compressed in these. But 2,188, 5,800, 68, 9,800 for a little thing of tea. My God. There's money in that tea, I'm telling you. This lady has gotten rich just off selling tea. She opened this shop in 2004, so 15 years ago. And I know that she just sold a house in an apartment in Kuala Lumpur and got a cool $1.5 million out of it. So everything, her whole life is financed by tea. The older the tea is, the more expensive it is, the better it is. So tea ages sort of like wine. This one that's 28,888 RMB, which is five grand Canadian, is for 357 grams of tea. Yes, check this out. So I'm not going to be buying any tea anytime soon. What do you got there, Wei Feng?
This one, she say is a very good one. Is this money now? I don't know.
18,800 for probably 357 grams too. So that's over $3,000 for that much tea.
2017 for this tea.
And it's two years old. So the longer she's got it, the more expensive it'll get. So that's a tea secret. You buy it, you hang on to it, and then as it ages, it gets worth more and more and more. But you got to know your tea too. Like this lady's been doing this for lots of years, so she knows what she's doing. Me, I'd go buy some tea and people would say, well, that's not very good tea, and I'd lose money, and yeah. But the Chinese, they know their tea. This is part of their culture. Cool. I'm learning something today. Step out of my comfort zone and actually learn something. So there's a fairly long history here where this one place where she gets it, like she goes and she buys the tea, and then she gets a factory to package it for her. And they've been doing it since 1940.
The factory is built in 1940s.
So the factory is older than the Communist Party.
Yeah.
1948. So the tea factory is older than the CCP. Okay. So it's been around a long time.
你说喝一下茶，我跟你说啊，我给你的这个，我跟你说，我送给你这个是熟茶哦，这个我送给你这个是熟茶。
And you notice that she's being really nice to Wei Fong. I don't know why. These two just struck it off really good as friends. They met once or twice, and it's like they've known each other their whole life. And this lady here, she's nice to Wei Fong. She's giving her a tea set and some of her good tea, just because she likes her. And she says it's good for her because Wei Fong has had some medical problems, and she says, oh, this tea will help you. This lady's sort of teaching us about tea as we go through the afternoon, and I take statin pills for my cholesterol, and she says, no, this tea here that you're drinking right now will lower your cholesterol. So wonder if I should try just drinking tea for a while and getting off the statin pills and seeing if that might be something that's sort of like a cure, because that pack of tea that she gave Wei Fong was packaged in 1975. So that's that's like 44 years ago. Yeah, so I can just imagine when she's got pucks of tea here that are 2 years old that she's selling for $18,888. Yes, this lady is very, very well to do. So money isn't an object, and she looks at it as helping out a friend rather than the cost that's involved with it. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah, I'm learning. Okay, look what I found. Oh yeah, I'm going through her stock here, and check this one out, guys. That's a puck of tea from 2009, 50,000 RMB. So that would be just under 10,000 Canadian dollars for 357 grams of tea. Must be super tea. Boy, that better lower my cholesterol. Cool, eh? So I'm going around. I was looking for the most expensive tea on the shelf, and I think that one's the most expensive. 50,000 RMB for 357 grams of tea. My God, that's you got to be rich to be drinking tea like that. So as the girls keep talking and drinking tea inside, I thought I'd just come outside and sort of download part of the conversation, and it's sort of neat to meet people like this. Lisa, good friend, she just bought a brand new apartment, and she spent 3 million RMB on it, which is about, let's say, 500,000 Canadian dollars, 400,000 American, you know, in that ballpark. This lady's apartment, and it's just an apartment. Sure, it's like the penthouse apartment in one of these brand new high rises. 15 million. RMB she paid for it. 15 million RMB. So that would be about 3 million Canadian dollars for an apartment. And the thing is that it's all bought with tea money. Yeah. So if anybody ever tells you that there's no cash in tea, yeah, you see, I like rubbing shoulders with these rich people because they give my wife tea, and one of these days I'm hoping that she'll let me come and take video of her home, and then we'll show you what a 15 million RMB apartment in Nanning, China looks like. Oh yes, out of just a little shop like this. But you notice up in the corner, because there's tea there that's worth 357 grams for 50,000 RMB. There's security cameras over your shoulder, right and left. Oh yes, this place is like Fort Knox, which is sort of nice because you're open to the public and they can just walk in. Just think if this is downtown South Central Los Angeles and there is something that was worth 50,000 through that door, they just run in and grab it and run out. Here, they don't look at it like that. China's got to be one of the safest places I've ever been in my life. So it turns out that when she goes to Yunnan province and buys tea and then takes it to the factory to get it packaged, they only package a certain number of packages of each tea. The lower number of packages for that tea brings up the value because there's not a lot of it out there. So it's supply and demand makes sense to me. Plus, you got to store this tea for years and years, and it's got to be done right. It's not just throw it in a box and forget about it, throw it in the corner of the apartment and then forget about it or whatever. It's got to be stored at certain humidity. It can't be in the sun. So if it gets into the sun, it gets, they say it oxidizes it and it ruins the tea. If it gets too much humidity, as anything organic, it'll get moldy. So you've got to dehumidify in the spring and the summer. And in the wintertime, you don't have to, because it's fairly dry in Nanning in the wintertime. But it's got to be kept in a dark room, and it's got to be kept at a certain humidity. So it's not just, as I say, throw it in a corner. So there is an expense to storing tea here in Nanning City. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Push that share button, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to check your subscribe button. 2 days ago, YouTube deleted another 800 of my subscribers just right off the top. No warning, no email, nothing. So I was at 43,200, and it still says 43,200 on my account on my page. But you get into the analytics, and I'm down to 42,000 and some now because, yes, YouTube keeps deleting my subscribers. God love it, eh? Anyway, oh, and don't forget the Helping Hands Children Foundation that we've got going to help poor rural children in China. Put a couple bucks on the Patreon account. Just hit the little card up top here that says support the children, make me proud, help the children. Any of those little cards that come up throughout the videos, it's a direct link to the Patreon account. Put a couple bucks on there. Thanks for watching. Bye now.